The 1974 to 1988 film era. During this film era, people were introduced to new concepts that had never been seen before in the film world. Such things like blockbusters, megapictures, soundtracks, and merchandising were all new to the film industry. The most successful films in this era was Jaws, which came out in 1975. The movie follows a deputy in a small coastal town where many shark attacks are taking place. The film was very successful for its time and took the box office by storm. It was an independent film, so it was not expected to do that well or be such a hit at the box office. Jaws is known as one of the first blockbuster films. Jaws is known to be one of the first blockbuster films. A blockbuster film is an independent and low-budget film, but makes big profits and is very popular with the public. Sequels were also introduced during this film era. Sequels are when a movie is based off of a previous movie or has some relevance to a already made movie. Jaws was never planned to have a sequel, but because of how popular the original one was, they decided to make a Jaws sequel. Jaws was one of the first movies to do this. Soundtracks began to come out with movies during this time. Films like Star Wars and Jaws both had soundtracks. These soundtracks would have all the music played in the film on them for consumers to buy and enjoy. Star Wars was another very popular movie which came out in 1977. The Star Wars franchise is still going on today, and Star Wars was transcending during this era because of its big success and for all its merchandising. Star Wars had plans to make movies that followed this one because the first installment of the movie was Part 4. Star Wars was the first film franchise to really come out with any merchandise. They came out with lunchboxes, t-shirts, and an assortment of other things. Top Gun came out in 1986 and was a very successful film. It was a high-budget film and had very cool special effects and stunts. Top Gun was a mega picture for sure. Top Gun was a very fast-paced action film with many famous catchphrases that are still used today. This movie also made Tom Cruise, who is the star, the new It actor in Hollywood. The action scenes in the Top Gun movie were much more advanced and real than the action in movies before. Top Gun had real planes flying in the sky done by real pilots from the real Top Gun base. Stunts like these weren't around before Top Gun. Another new thing that started during this era was product placement. This is when a brand will pay to have their products featured in a film. This happened in the movie E.T., where Reese's Pieces paid to have their product shown. The sales of the Reese's Pieces skyrocketed after the movie's release.